This is episode number 35 with Angelique Evans.
Hello and welcome to Chase Your Star. I am Monica Carter Tagore, author, speaker, and life and business coach, here to inspire and empower you to go for your heart's desire and shine. It's never too late to answer the calling on your life, follow the vision in your mind, and live out the passion in your heart. Each episode, I bring you an idea, insight, or interview to help you figure out how to chase your star and live an extraordinary life. Ready to do it? Let's go.
In this episode, I speak with success strategist Angelique Evans. Angelique and her friend Leah Lewis Henderson have developed this event series they are conducting across the Southeast to inspire and empower women, and it will culminate with a big event in July in Arkansas. In this episode, she shares with me the journey leading up to this event. You see, this was not something done on a whim. This was something that has been planned and done with purpose. It is the fulfillment of a 10-year-long vision. So listen up and be inspired.
I am doing this podcast, of course, because, one of my aim right now is to just help people live big lives. And one of the ways to do that, of course, is being able to tap into your gifts. And when I saw that you and Leah were putting on these goddess events and you were kind of helping women to embrace their feminine power, I thought, well, I have got to have them on the podcast because that is amazing. And for me, looking at the announcement I saw, it immediately jumped out at me that you were creating something new just based on your gifts and based on your ideas, realizing that there was a need for it. And I find that interesting because a lot of times people think, well, something has never been done before, or other people aren't doing it this way, so, I shouldn't do it this way. And really, your gift is for you to use in whatever way you choose to use, knowing that you can serve a need, knowing that you can help other people. And sometimes you can create something that hasn't been done before or that doesn't look like what anybody else is saying, and that is quite all right. So can you talk about that for a second, the fact that you guys have decided?
And so that's what this experience is about. It's about transformation. It's about elevation. It's about motivation and inspiration. And we can find that in every aspect of our lives. We can find inspiration and motivation from nature. We can find it from other powerful sisters in success. But we can also find it not only from our spiritual center, but also from our innate gifts and talents. But oftentimes the things that feel so easy and so natural to us, we overlook them as tools to be used to make a positive and dramatic impact in the world. And so what we have brought forth is indeed this sacred space, place, and time to cultivate from the inside out all of that goddess energy, feminine power that we can certainly be used to make a difference. And this weekend is about truly embracing a glorious, gorgeous, and gratifying weekend that will indeed be of epic proportions because, as you shared, Monica, this is the first of its kind, but it's indeed the beginning of what we know to be a powerful movement here to bring forth to women across the globe.
Well, that is wonderful, and you mentioned something that I want to note right here. You said that this is something that life gave you guys 10 years ago, and it's coming to fruition now. So can you talk about that progression, that growth to get to this point?
Absolutely. Oftentimes, as you had mentioned, we tend to think that, or may even feel that something that hasn't been done before may very well not be received or take traction. But when we think about the innovators and the creators of so many dynamic, movements, experiences, technology, we can just take the whole gamut, business concepts. Somebody had to be the first. Someone had to blaze the trail. And so it really took us going through our experiences, as walking this world as women, for Leah and I to really be able to tap in and know and really embrace those various aspects of womanhood, to know that we are indeed goddesses And no matter the good, the bad, the happy, the sad experiences in life that we may encounter, we are still who we be. And it's time for us to show up and shine in this world. And as we say with Goddess, it's time for us to grow and to glow. And so our life experiences, our path of getting to Goddess is something now that we can share with other women. And the beautiful thing is that it's not going to take others a 10-year process. You know, we're here to shorten the learning curve and to, you know, be the visionary host and help to guide women through this journey. But yes, it took, you know, from motherhood to marriage to, you know, just life happening for us to really get to this space and place to say it's time. Yeah, the one thing that I forgot to say was the acronym for Goddess, and that's growing into our divine destiny with sisterhood and success. Now is the time to bring it forth, and so, you know, here we are.
Wow, and it is wonderful. As I was saying earlier, I have seen your notices on social media, and it looks like these are wonderful events. I know you guys have already had one in New Orleans. I want you to tell me how that went. I know you have some coming up. I believe I see, are you having two in Arkansas? I saw a June date and a July date. So are you having two in Arkansas?
Yes, well, let me explain. The Goddess event, that is our epic weekend that's going to happen July 7th, 8th, and 9th in Hot Springs, Arkansas, America's first retreat space. That's where we're going for the actual Goddess experience. But leading up to that wonderful weekend, we have been having a series of what we call Goddess gatherings. And so this has been a tour that we have, as you mentioned, we kicked it off in New Orleans, and then we're actually going to be making 4 additional stops in Dallas, Texas. We will be in Dallas later this month in May. We will be in Shreveport, Birmingham, and Little Rock, Arkansas. So Birmingham, Alabama, and Little Rock, Arkansas. That's going to take place next month in June. And so we certainly have our Goddess event Facebook community that can keep everyone connected on the stop that's nearest them. And then we also have our website at thegoddessevent.com that really gives all of the highlights and the features and the full kind of experience of what women can look forward to during our time together in July at the Goddess event. And so New Orleans was amazing. In fact, we have testimonials and a nice little video package that will be dropping later this week to kind of peel back and give a little snapshot of what that time is. But it is indeed an hour and a half of women to come together, you know, in a very intimate environment. I will say that it is a gathering, so it's not meant to be a large number of people there. It's really meant to be intimate to where we could give dedicated and focused time together as a visionary host of the experience, but also an opportunity to really form a nurturing kind of relationship and a sacred space and place during the gathering tours. And so we're excited to be able to bring the tours to ladies in various cities and states across the southern region and be able to kind of really share as a way for women to get to know more about myself and Queen Leah, so that it's just not 2 random ladies, you know, sharing this concept, but it's really an opportunity for us to pour into the lives of women and to also extend the invitation to join us at the Goddess event in July.
Well, for our podcast listeners, we are speaking with Angelique Feaster-Evans. She and Queen Leah Lewis Henderson have come up with this concept of the Goddess event, which will be held in July, and it will be an enriching and uplifting event for women to step into their feminine power. They are having events leading up to the Goddess event in July. They have had one event already, a gathering in New Orleans, and they're going to have several others in, I believe she said, in Dallas as well as in Arkansas. And did you mention one other place?
Yes, we're going to be in Dallas, Shreveport, Louisiana, Birmingham, Alabama, and Little Rock, Arkansas, all leading up to the Goddess event in July in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Okay, this is amazing. And Angelique, can you kind of tell women what to expect if someone's listening to the podcast and the idea of stepping into their feminine energy is something that is appealing to them and they want to know more about this? What can they expect at the Goddess event in July?
I am so glad you asked, Monica. When ladies attend the Goddess event, they will have the wonderful opportunity to discover and to tap into empowering success strategies. And these are strategies that will indeed honor your femininity. We will learn how to embrace your beauty, your brilliance, and your boldness. So, ladies, that you can own all of who you are in life while you are thriving in your relationships, your career, and your businesses. This is truly an opportunity to up-level your mindset and transform your life. And the most important part to remember that we are focusing on the inside and the outside. We want to help you move forward in accessing your strengths and tapping into your power, your purpose, and your passion as a phenomenal goddess woman.
Wow, that sounds really amazing and exciting. When do people need to register? Is registration open, or how do they register?
Registration is indeed open, and you can visit us at thegoddessevent.com. There's information there on our website that breaks down all of the different, ways that you can register, the various benefits at the different levels of registration, and also it's a way for you to sign up for our fast action update as it relates to the event, so that women can definitely stay connected and, having that first kind of opportunity to know what's being added, the wonderful planning and all of the wonderful treats that we are planning for our goddesses, the wonderful goddess gifts, as I'd like to say.
Well, let me ask you this. Why did you two see a need to create a whole event around feminine power, helping women step into more fully who they are? Were you seeing that there was a disconnect with how people were perceiving themselves and their capabilities, or what brought this about for you?
Well, we felt there were so many, reasons that we felt the need to provide Goddess as a platform for celebrating our femininity. But we realized that oftentimes as women, we serve and we give and we do for others in such a way that we oftentimes put ourselves on the back burner. We oftentimes sacrifice our dreams, our goals, our plans for the future for the sake of families, for children, for whatever may happen in life. And this is an opportunity for us to go back and renew and reawaken those gifts, those dreams, the hopes that we've had, to let women know that now is the time to bring it forth, and that we, as women, our feminine power, we are the ones that the world has been waiting for. And that there are people that are waiting on us, that are waiting on you, ladies, to come forth, to recognize that you are enough, just as you are, and that you have gifts and talent, and you have something that the world needs nobody else has. And so what we want to do is to provide that platform for women to be unapologetically bold and brilliant and bright, and to really understand that it's okay to celebrate who you are, who you be, and to be able to really recognize that we possess a level of power, a level of energy, passion, and purpose that must be activated. That must be activated now. And so that's really how and why we wanted Goddess to be this transformative experience for women of all ages, whether it's wanting to find transformation in business, in life, in relationships. We wanted to provide a sacred and amazing platform for women to be able to do so.
Okay, well, and let me ask you this. Do you see how your life was preparing you for this work? Can you look back on your life now and see experiences that you had at the time that now actually play into you being able to pour into other women?
Absolutely, Monica. I know you and I, we go way back, and so
absolutely.
And in many ways, my trajectory, especially, through the entertainment and empowering platform that I've had, and so all of those experiences indeed have led up for me to be able to serve in this moment. In fact, my name, Angelique, it's just providence that my name means messenger. And so I consider my life experience from teen mom to talented messenger. And so now I can take every aspect of my life's journey along with my wonderful and phenomenal sister, Queen Leah. We've walked paths and we've had experiences that we can now use as tools of empowerment, of motivation, and transformation for women to be able to know that if I can make it, if I can overcome, Monica, I was born totally deaf in my right ear. But my gifting is in my ability to communicate. And so if I'm able to overcome the various, issues of life, to still be able to stand and walk in my power, in my feminine power, then other women can do the same. And so absolutely, our life, our path, all of that has prepared us.
Well, and I would love for you to be able to even speak to the point you just made, for instance, being completely deaf in one ear and somehow you're a gifted communicator. So we can see that sometimes what others may see as challenges, we can actually turn those into opportunities. And so that means that we don't have to be victims in our own lives. And so that means we don't have to be held hostage by circumstance. So can you talk about the fact that we can be empowered in our own lives? Because that is a huge message for us, especially as women, because often we see our challenges and we see our circumstances as limitations. So can you speak to that?
Absolutely. I will share, from being deaf, from being a teen mom, from having to, I've had to struggle as it relates to my weight and relationships, just all of those different things that have really impacted me. And for many times in my life, I did not recognize my feminine power. I did not recognize my gifting and my brilliance and even my beauty in such a way that I thought that I could indeed, be that voice or be able to share or sow into others' lives. But I realized that my situation does not define who I am. I define who I am. And I know what I'm capable of and what I can do and how I operate in that spirit of excellence in everything that I do. And so I look at the vices in my life, or what some would consider adversities, and I turned all of that around to use it for my good and for my advantage. So my adversities became my advantages in life. I looked at, every statistic that the world wanted to place on me in a negative light. I took those statistics and I flipped them and I turned them around. And so today, I may have been a teen mom, but now I'm walking the path of being a Dr. Angelique in a very short time. I'm now, pursuing my doctorate degree, just as an example. So many people looked at that life as being, another statistic, another high school dropout. But no, I went from teen mother to talented messenger, and I hold that. I hold my experiences. I hold what the naysayers even said about me, and even some of the negativities that I planted in myself, early on, because I was in that space of unknowing. But as my faith expanded, and as my belief expanded as to which and what I could do, then all of that changed. Because we know that life and death is in the power of the tongue. And whatever a person thinketh, so is he. And so we have to be able to activate our mindset. We have to be able to activate the words that we speak and to be able to look at the experiences of our journey and look at how we can use all of those things for our good. And that's exactly what I did. And so, yes, we cannot let barriers or perceived barriers block us from being a blessing to others and even being a blessing for ourselves.
Well, and when people listen to this, you are so polished and you're so positive, and they can see that you're accomplishing all these things. Again, you're working on a doctorate now. You're putting together this big event. You've had these lead-up events, and you're doing so many other things in your life. And so they may think, well, yeah, you can do that because you are XYZ, you've accomplished whatever it is, you have certain capabilities and skills. But were you always this way? Did you have to grow into this?
Well, I always had a confidence in my gift of speaking and of acting. I've always had that. Now, what I have not always had is that unapologetic boldness. I had it when I was when I was younger, but at some point in life, it faded away. And I'm sure you might remember, Monica, just before I got, as I was inching towards 30, it clicked to me because I had buried those dreams. And then it clicked, and I said, I don't want to live my life and then one day, 60 years down the line, 50, 40 years down the line, I'm sitting up on my porch and rocking going, I wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened if I had tried. And so the woulda, coulda, shouldas of life overtook any type of, impossibility that I had imposed on myself because I did not want to live my life with regret. I wanted to live my life knowing that at least I tried, but if I didn't make the attempt, then I would never know. And so I attempted, I put forth the effort. I did the research to find out if it was something that I wanted to do and I didn't quite know how to do it. I did the research, and this was way before the Google days, Google.com days, where you had to really
way before way into the library. Absolutely. And so I said that to say that it has not always been easy. It's like Langston Hughes was calling mother to son. Life for me ain't been no such fair. But what I can say is that I'm still here. I'm still standing, I'm still walking, I'm still dreaming, and I'm still believing in the possibilities of life. And that is what Goddess is about. To me, for me and my sister, Queen Leah, to be able to help other women know that it is still possible and that we have the power. We have the power to do, to be, to make a difference in this world and in our own lives and in the lives of others. And there's just a way of going about it, and we want to share our process and our walk and how it can certainly be of benefit to other ladies. Well, and leading up to your event where you're going to be sharing your process and your walk, is there a tip or a piece of advice that you have for women listening to the podcast? You mentioned that you had that boldness as a child, but somewhere it kind of disappeared, and then you had to go and bring it back, bring it to the surface again in life. And I think that happens for a lot of people, that boldness disappears, it gets buried, they start to fear rejection, or they start to fear even success. You start to fear failure. All these things we place on ourselves, and so that limits us and keeps us from doing our things. So can you talk about that period where you allowed your boldness to kind of maybe go to the wayside, and how you are actually able to bring it back to the surface? What advice do you have for someone who is struggling to find their boldness again?
Certainly, Monica. I have two tips that I want to leave with our listeners today. And the first one is that we have to be able to activate that positive mindset through affirmation. And affirmations, that's simply thinking, meditating on a mantra, a positive, a quote, our favorite quote, our favorite saying, whatever those words are, we have to be able to activate that. Just sitting and thinking about it every now and then, hoping, wishing for it, having those fleeting thoughts, that's not enough. We have to get into a mindset, and you shift your mindset by activating, that energy through affirmations. It's something just as simple as saying, I am, say your name. I am Angelique Feaster Evans. I am brilliant. I am bold. I am talented. I am creative. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am just enough just as I am. Something just as simple as that. We don't have to go deep. You don't have to feel like, oh, I have to have a paragraph or, these long, powerful words. What I want to leave and challenge our listeners to come up with an affirmation describing who you are, who you really know that you are or desire to be, and speak those words daily. Give 5 minutes, starting out, 5 minutes a day before you start your morning and before you lay down at night, to speak words of affirmation over yourself, as a way to keep your mindset in a certain frame that, you are believing in yourself again, your boldness and your brilliance. The second tip I'd like to leave, ladies, is to write down your vision. Write down your goals, your hopes, your dreams, whatever it is. If it seems so outrageous and unbelievable, that's okay. Give yourself permission to dream. Give yourself permission to think outside of the box. Whatever those thoughts have been and that you have hidden, give yourself permission to write them down. Write the vision down and make it plain. But not only that, see how in writing down, your goals, your dreams, look at giving yourself the freedom to put some dates or set a goal date as to when you would like to achieve something. If you're an actor, I'm speaking from my acting background right now. If you're an actor or an artist or whatever that is, and you want to get started, well, the first thing you need to do is get headshots, get photos. So write that down as to what you need to accomplish, but then put a date to it. If it's 1 month from now, I want to have my headshots done. Well, then go from that 1 month and see what does it take to get that done. Of course, you need to, find a photographer. You need to, and finding it, do your homework. You need to book, that particular appointment for your photo session. And then at some point, you're going to have your pictures done. But, write down your goals and set the date. That would be my second tip, because then it's taking it from, this lofty dream, and by putting a date to it, you are establishing a point and a place of commitment, and so it starts to making it even more real than just being, this lofty goal or dream in your head. So those are the two tips I would say. Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, not a problem at all. This is wonderful. You are giving some really practical tips for people so they can come and have a mindset change and activate that feminine power within. And then because we don't want that activation to just go into the wind, we want to actually set some things down in writing. And so you're telling people to somehow figure out what that goal is, put a date to it, and then reverse engineer, figure out what does it take to lead up to that goal. So I think that is really practical, and it's something anybody can do. So whatever that goal is, they can, again, figure out what it is and then figure out when it needs to be accomplished and then back it up from there. And if they don't know what it takes to accomplish that goal, then they can do what you did. Of course, updated for 2017. They may not necessarily have to go to the library, but, if it takes time, by all means. So, do the research. If you don't know what it takes to accomplish a goal, do the research. And then look for other people who are doing the thing you aspire to do. Being able to attend this goddess event would be a prime example of doing that. Leah and Angelique are doing this thing. They are living big, bold lives. So if you desire to live a big, bold life, then this may be an event for you to attend. This may be something where you want to let them take you under their wings. You want to listen to their guidance, look at their suggestions, look at the strategies they can share. So that is why this event is there. So whenever you are attempting a big goal, look for someone who is doing that thing. Look for someone where you can go and possibly follow in their steps. We have heard that saying that success leaves clues. So you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel, and you don't have to make your own mistakes. You can learn from their mistakes. So Angelique mentioned that they have had this vision in some shape or form for 10 years. And so it took them 10 years to get here. But for people who attend their events and for people that they are mentoring and helping, they can help cut down on that so it doesn't take other people 10 years. Angelique, before I let you go, I want to ask you another question.
Yes.
When you look at the Goddess event that you will be having in July, what do you want women to leave with? What is the result you want to have accomplished, or the feeling you want to have inspired, or whatever the case? What do you want them to leave with?
I want women to leave with an over-ready feeling of possibility in their purpose in life. I want ladies to leave with not only a feeling, but necessary next steps. And what I mean by that is we are going to walk women through with a goddess guide. You will leave with a goddess guide on how to move through the various steps to fulfilling, whatever your goal, your purpose, your calling is. We're not just about coming together for the sake of coming together. That's important. Community is valuable, and it's indeed important. But what we want to leave women with, we want to leave women empowered and motivated to take the next step, to take the necessary steps, because, again, each and every one of us, we have something that the world needs and that no one else has. And so for me, I want women to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they can live a goddess-filled life, tapping into their beauty, their brilliance, their boldness, but also walking away with encouraged and knowing the necessary support to be able to fulfill their divine purpose. And that's all going to come forth through our time together, because we stress the word of transformation, because it really is a transformative process, because we go, we dive deep, we celebrate the goddess energy that we are. There will be a wonderful celebration that we're going to kick off our goddess weekend with, but then we're going to do the necessary work so that we as goddesses can live this unapologetic life, that we can know that we are here to glow, to grow, but to also, these are my words, to show up and shine in a bigger and brighter way. And so that's what I am so excited. I can already, in my mind, I see all of the women, the phenomenal women coming forward, thriving in this experience and in this moment. But what really overexcites me is what is going to come forth out of our goddesses as a result of being a part of a goddess experience. And that's what excites me, because we are going to provide that blueprint. And so that's what brings me joy, and knowing that not only is my gift making room for me, but it's helping other women be able to make room for themselves.
Oh, that is phenomenal, and that is powerful. And just the fact that you said this is about helping women show up and shine, of course, as this Chase Your Star lady, I am all over that. I'm all about inspiring and helping people to do what lights them up, to show up and shine. So I wanted to share your event with my audience, because I believe what you guys are doing is really wonderful. And it's that time now. This is a time for us all to be able to show up and shine, to be able to do what we feel called and purposed to do. And a lot of times we bury our hopes, our goals, our dreams because we don't see a roadmap. Well, Angelique and Leah are preparing a roadmap for those people who attend the event. They are going to map out strategies so that you can be able to figure out what the next step is in your personal evolution and being able to bring out your personal power. So if you have a desire to do something big and bold in life, if you have a desire to finally live up to your calling. This may be the event to kick that thing off for you. So I really and truly appreciate you for sharing this with our audience. Before I let you go, though, can you give us again where we can get more information? Can you give us the website as well as the Facebook page?
Certainly, Monica. I want to invite you all to please join us on Facebook at The Goddess Event. You can find us there and like us on Facebook and get tapped in and connected to our community. And then I would also like to invite you all to visit us on our website at thegoddessevent.com. That's thegoddessevent.com. And we look forward to having each of you in either the Goddess Gatherings that will be coming to a city near you, or having you at the Goddess Experience in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas. And Monica, I want to just take this opportunity to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for this opportunity to come and be a part of your community and share what we are doing, and most of all, just have the opportunity to be in your space, because I truly resonate and with your platform, and I am so inspired, ever inspired by all that you do. So thank you so very much for the opportunity for myself and Queen Leah to be a part of your community today.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate the appreciation. So thank you. And I also would just remind people to certainly check out their work. And if you somehow are not in the geographic area or don't think you can make it in July, go on and visit anyway. Join the mailing list so that when there are other events and other offerings going on, then you can be informed. So this is going to be something big and amazing. And for those women who are attending, it could be life-changing. So what I appreciate about Angelique here and Queen Leah is that they are using their gifts to create something new in the world. And you know, from Chase Your Star, I'm all about using your gifts to do something in the world, create something new in the world. It doesn't have to look like what somebody else has done. In fact, if it doesn't look like what somebody else has done, that's quite fine. Your gift is for you to craft into a solution for other people, and it's not for everybody. If it doesn't resonate with somebody, that doesn't mean it doesn't resonate with the whole world. You can find your audience. And thanks to technology, we have social media, we have podcasts like this, we have Facebook Live, we have so many opportunities to be able to get out there and spread a message and to share gifts. So if you are not sharing your gifts, then you've really got to examine yourself and say, why am I not? There are no excuses anymore. There's training, there's information. These women are going to be sharing training and information in their event. Of course, I share training and information in my community. So we encourage you to be able to get out there and use your gifts. Shape your gifts into a solution that can help others and touch other lives. So, Angelique, thank you so much for being with us today and sharing this information. I look forward to hearing all about the July event and seeing just how fantastic it's going to be. I already know it's going to be fantastic, but I look forward to being able to see the testimonials and the pictures and the reports and all of those things. So please keep us in mind. You're welcome to come back at any time. And, of course, Queen Leah, we look forward to speaking with her at another time as well. So thank you both for sharing your gifts with us.
And there you have it. This episode's idea, insight, or interview to help you pursue your heart's desire and shine. I have 2 requests to ask. The first is please be sure to subscribe here so you never miss an episode of the Chase Your Star podcast. And 2, be sure to join the Chase Your Star Facebook group. It's at facebook.com/groups/Chase Your Star. There you will find a community to support you as you pursue your heart's desire. See you next time on Chase Your Star.